She held on to him one last time. Her hands trembled as she touched his tricolour-wrapped casket. Her voice broke, but her spirit did not. Himanshi Narwal, young, barely married, wept on her husband's casket moments before his final journey. And then she composed herself, stood up and shouted, "I'm proud of him. Jai Hind." Those words, these images, broke millions across the country. Her husband, Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, just 26 years old, a Navy officer on leave, was shot dead in cold blood during their honeymoon in Pahalgam. The couple had gone to celebrate the first few days of their married life. Lieutenant Narwal returned wrapped in the tricolour, April 22nd, 2025, in Pahalgam's Baisaran Meadows, Pakistan-backed, Pakistan-sponsored and Pakistan-aided terrorists ambushed tourists. The Lashkar mercenaries were heavily armed. Some were in military fatigues, holding automatic weapons. The monsters demanded religious identity, forced people to recite some verses, stripped men of their pants to identify them by their faith. And today, 28 lifeless bodies are returning home to devastated families. N. Ramchandran from Kochi, Bittan Adhikari from Kolkata, Dinesh Agarwal from Raipur, Samir Guha, Prashant Satpathy, Tage Heling, Manjunath Rao, Santosh Jagdale, Neeraj Udhwani, Atul Moni, and the list goes on. 28 innocent lives lost. Lieutenant Narwal's father, Rajesh Narwal, is demanding justice and retribution.
जिस प्रकार से पहले सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक की गई थी, ऐसे ही इसी प्रकार एक सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक करके और इन उग्रवादियों को, आतंकवादियों को ऐसा सबक सिखाएं कि इस प्रकार के जो ये अनहोनी घटना है, जो कि उन्होंने चुन चुन कर मारा है, उनके ये पूछा है कि वो किस जाति और धर्म के रहने वाले हैं। और इस प्रकार का आतंकवादियों ने विशेष रूप से जो उनकी जो मानसिकता है, उससे पता चलता है कि उन्होंने इतनी घोर जो मतलब दर्दनाक उनकी हत्या की है, उसकी घोर निंदा करते हैं। निश्चित रूप से हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी और गृह मंत्री जी इस पे संज्ञान ले रहे हैं और उनका जरूर खात्मा किया जाएगा आतंकवादियों का।
Yavar is joining us live. Yavar, you're reporting from Lal Chowk. Since last night, we've been getting these images that has left the entire country shattered. The focus is also on the measures that are now on the ground. Take us through the latest update on the security measures that are currently in place.
Well, if we talk about the security measures, it has been intensified across the Kashmir Valley, so as in the Jammu. Multiple security establishments have been put in place. Right now we are reporting from the Lal Chowk, where you can see that a lot of the people are protesting against this act, and we have been given the understanding that the locals are holding the protest march, candle march in the evening as well. What is the latest development that we are getting in from the government sources is that the Chief Minister Omar Abdullah is holding a high-level cabinet meeting at his Srinagar residence by 6 p.m. and tomorrow he is expected to call for an all-party meeting with to finalize and other moves that came in for the tourism boost industry. You can see that a lot of the people have assembled here, they have gathered here, and they were protesting since the morning against this act. And since the morning we have been continuously asking many of the people about this perspective, and they said that this is an act that has been widely condemned, and this is an act that needs to be condemned at every aspect, every ground.
Guests, tourists from different parts of the country in the meadows of Baisaran and Pahalgam were butchered. We have the details of the terrorists, the way they came in. They were heavily armed. They were wearing, they were wearing cameras that were strapped to their bodies. There are more details because forces have been asked to go all out to hunt down those responsible for what happened in Pahalgam. You're talking about the anger that is resonating there on the streets in Lal Chowk, which today has also become a symbol of peace and progress in Kashmir. But after what happened in Pahalgam, what is the mood like on the ground? Do talk to some people who are present there.
Well, exactly. Let's straightly have a word with few of them. In fact, these are the people who are joining us. Sir, आज आप यहाँ पर है. कल जो वारदात हुई, बहुत दुखद घटना हुई. इस पर आपका क्या रिएक्शन है? आज आप
जो भी वारदात होती है, किसी भी मजहब के लोग हों, चाहे वो हिंदू हों, सिख हों, मुस्लिम हो, तो दर्द तो होता ही है ना. जो वारदात हुई है तो बहुत ही गलत हुई है. इसमें दो चीजें जो है ना उभर के बाहर आएंगी. एक तो जो यहाँ घाटी का माहौल ठीक हो रखा था, बहुत ठीक हुआ था और हम बड़े खुश थे. हम मीन्स जो बाकी इंडिया के लोग थे बड़े खुश थे. यहाँ पे रोजी रोटी का साधन अच्छा हो गया था, टूरिस्ट का यहाँ पे बहुत आना जाना हो गया था. लेकिन ये जो छोटी मोटी घटनाएं हो रही हैं, ये जो घटनाएं होती है, मैं छोटी नहीं कहूँ, बहुत बड़ी घटना है. इससे एक तो मैं कह रहा हूँ कि लोकल इनकम जो है ना, पर कैपिटा इनकम जो बंदों की है यहाँ पे, जो कश्मीरी लोग रहे हैं, उनमें इजाफा नहीं होगा, उनमें कमी आएगी. कमी आएगी.
जानना चाहेंगे कि ये जो कल वारदात हुई, इससे कितना इम्पैक्ट इकोनॉमी पे पड़ेगा?
इससे बहुत सारा इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा कि हम कश्मीरियों को अब तो, जैसे कि पहले भी हम बदनाम थे, अब तो ज्यादा ही बदनाम इस चीज के लिए कि हमारा ये नहीं देखेंगे कि हम इन टूरिस्टों को, ये हमारे भाई है. जब भी हम यहाँ आते हैं, हम इनके लिए वेलकम करते हैं, अच्छे से इनका साथ देते हैं, ये भी हमारा साथ देते हैं. हमारे से परचेजिंग छोटी बड़ी जो भी ये अच्छे से करते हैं, हम इनका अपना भाई समझते, ये भी हमारा भाई. बट जो भी ये वारदात हुई, ये इंसानियत के खिलाफ है.
So you heard from the locals that this is a disaster act and this should have not been happened. That's what they are saying, that this
Voices
will
of
have
anger
eventually...
growing louder from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Remember, bleed India with 1,000 cuts. Those were the words that defined Pakistan military's doctrine in the 1980s. Today, that doctrine doesn't echo from history. It rings out from Pahalgam. 28 innocent lives lost in a terror carnage in Pahalgam. A tourist spot turned into a massacre site. Those monsters were strapped with body cams. They wanted to send proof of their brutality to their terror bosses. Sources have told Times Now that the butchers were armed with AK-47s and M4 carbines. Two Pakistani terrorists spoke in Pashto, and there were others who were from Bijbehara and Tral. They were operating on the commands of NIA's most wanted Saifullah Sajid Jatt. A Lashkar commander, Saifullah is a protege of Hafiz Saeed and a product of ISI's factory of terror and hate. And if you think he was operating in isolation like a lone wolf, think again. He was just the executor, backed, briefed and bankrolled by the Pakistan Army, whose chief, General Asim Munir, recently called Kashmir Pakistan's jugular vein. The Pakistan Army chief wears a uniform but commands a rogue army of terror backers. And as India mourns her dead, do you know what happened in Ankara? Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif thanked Turkey's Erdogan for his unwavering support on the Kashmir issue. It's all falling in place, isn't it? Because we also have intelligence intercepts that we've decoded through our sources, and they are suggesting a direct link between Pahalgam attackers and the terrorists who are based in Pakistan. Sources say that digital footprints have been traced to safe houses in Muzaffarabad and in Karachi. After the attack, terrorists reportedly got in touch with their handlers who were operating from a safe house in Karachi and in Muzaffarabad. There are testimonies and there is also forensic analysis that have confirmed that terrorists used military-grade weapons and also communication devices. These are all indicating logistical support from trained handlers, and it is no secret that terror groups like Lashkar-e-Toiba and TRF get financial aid and support from Pakistan. Advanced military training is given to them in terror camps of POK. Watch this report that has been filed from near the attack site.
पहलगाम आतंकी हमले में 27 पर्यटकों की मौत हुई है, जबकि 12 से 16 पर्यटक गंभीर रूप से घायल है, जिनका इलाज गवर्नमेंट मेडिकल कॉलेज अनंतनाग और सिक्किम सोरा में चल रहा है। हम इस समय ठीक उसी जगह के नजदीक है जहां पर यह आतंकी हमला हुआ था। मेरे सहयोगी शफीक आपको ये एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीरें दिखाएंगे बैसरन पहाड़ियों की, बैसरन के घने जंगलों की। इन्हीं जंगलों के उस पार जो है बैसरन वैली है, जहां पर इस वक्त सुरक्षा बलों का आतंक विरोधी अभियान जो है आतंकवादियों के खिलाफ लगातार कल से ही जो है ऑपरेशन चल रहा है। देर रात तक सुरक्षा बलों ने इस पूरे घने जंगल को के चप्पे चप्पे को छाप मारा और जो आतंकवादी इस आतंकी इस घटना में शामिल है उनकी तलाश लगातार जारी है। गृह मंत्री अमित शाह कल देर शाम श्रीनगर पहुंचे। श्रीनगर के राजभवन में उच्च स्तर की बैठक हुई। बैठक में जो जम्मू कश्मीर के उपराज्यपाल मनोज सिन्हा, जम्मू कश्मीर के मुख्यमंत्री उमर अब्दुल्ला सहित जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस के डीजीपी और सुरक्षा बलों सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस के बड़े जो टॉप अधिकारी है वो मौजूद थे। यहाँ ग्राउंड जीरो की स्थिति ये है कि आप देख सकते हैं कि कितने घने जंगल है और इन्हीं घने जंगलों के भीतर आतंकवादी छुप जाते हैं और फिर वो निशाना बनाते हैं। कई जगहों पर हमने देखा जम्मू और कठुआ के इलाकों में सुरक्षा बलों को निशाना बनाया जाता है और यहाँ पहलगाम की बैसरन वैली में पर्यटक जो घूमने के लिए यहाँ पे आए थे उनको कल दोपहर के बाद आतंकवादियों ने अपना निशाना बनाया, अंधाधुंध गोलियां चलाई उन पर और जिसके कारण जो है 27 पर्यटकों की मौत हुई है। उसके साथ साथ 12 से 16 पर्यटक जो है वो गंभीर रूप से घायल है, उनका इलाज चल रहा है। ग्राउंड जीरो पर भारतीय सेना के जो पैरा कमांडोज है और उसके साथ साथ जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस की जो स्पेशल ऑपरेशन ग्रुप के जवान है वो इस आतंक विरोधी अभियान में जुड़े हुए हैं और कल देर में जब रेस्क्यू एंड इवैक्यूएशन ऑपरेशन चलाया गया तो इसी रास्ते का इस्तेमाल किया गया और आप स्थिति देख सकते हैं कि कितना कठिन ये रास्ता है जो कि बैसरन वादी की तरफ जाता है और इसी कठिन रास्ते से भारतीय सेना के जवानों को, जम्मू कश्मीर के पुलिस के जवानों को रेस्क्यू करना पड़ा और वो जो घायल पर्यटक है उनको यहाँ से निकालना पड़ा। तो काफी कठिन परिस्थितियां हैं, टेरेन काफी डिफिकल्ट है, इसके साथ साथ घने जंगल है और इन्हीं घने जंगलों का फायदा उठाकर आतंकवादी घात लगाकर जो है वो हमला करते हैं। इस बार पर्यटकों पर हमला किया जो कि जिसकी कड़े अल्फाजों में पूरे कश्मीर घाटी के अंदर जो है वो निंदा की जा रही है। फिलहाल सुरक्षा बलों का इन आतंकवादियों के खिलाफ बैसरन की इस वादी में जो है लगातार ऑपरेशन जारी है।
Now, India's response is clear. Prime Minister Narendra Modi cut short his Saudi visit to take stock. He's been getting minute-by-minute updates on what happened. Home Minister Amit Shah is on the ground, standing shoulder to shoulder with victims, taking stock of the situation there. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh is also being briefed, and he has also sent out a strong message, a stern warning. Listen in.
मैं इस मंच से देशवासियों को आश्वस्त करता हूं, घटना के मद्देनजर भारत सरकार वो हर कदम उठाएगी जो जरूरी और उपयुक्त होगा और हम सिर्फ उन लोगों तक नहीं पहुंचेंगे जिन्होंने इस घटना को अंजाम दिया है, हम उन तक भी पहुंचेंगे जिन्होंने पर्दे के पीछे बैठकर हिंदुस्तान की सरजमी पर ऐसी नापाक हरकतों की साजिशें रची हैं। भारत एक इतनी पुरानी सभ्यता और इतना बड़ा देश है जिसको ऐसे किसी भी आतंकी गतिविधियों से किसी भी सूरत में डराया नहीं जा सकता। ऐसी हरकतों का जिम्मेदार और इसके जिम्मेदार लोगों को आने वाले कुछ ही समय में जोरदार तरीके से नजर आएगा। मैं देशवासियों को आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं।
The Raksha Mantri's message is loud and clear. Priyank is joining us live from Baramulla. We also have Pradeep Datta tracking all the details. I'd like to come to you, Priyank. Priyank, we've been tracking a lot of information with regards to the government strategy. You also have inputs, source-based inputs about what intelligence agencies are now suspecting about the possibility of a leak. There was a leak of the list of, of the guest list from some hotels. What information do we have on that aspect?
The claim that they had made this particular gathering target because there were two foreign dignitaries and also two people who were from the armed forces. But let me tell you what we are going to show to our viewers is the latest recovery which has happened from the Hajipur sector. Hajipur area of Uri sector. This is the kind of weapon which has been recovered after elimination of two of the terrorists, because so security forces were getting input that in Uri sector there will be massive infiltration, following to which they were keeping a tab not only on the ground through also aerial surveillance. And look at the make of these cartridges. It is the Indian Ordnance cartridges does have a mention of the name and the make, which is missing, which is subtly showing that it has been either made up in Pakistan or that it came from China. Look at the kind of currency which has been recovered by the security forces. Look at the kind of energy bars which has been found from the position of these suspects, which is subtly of the Pakistani make. The AK-47 rifles are clearly suggesting that it came from outside. Look at the make of this pistol, which is of Chinese make. So, does the Pakistanis government need more proof regarding the kind of infiltration which is happening? Do they need more proof regarding the claim which has been done by the Indian government time and again that who is behind it? Mr. The ministers in the Pakistani government have been clearly coming out and openly talking about that it is because of the internal conflict. But these are the exclusive visuals which is clearly showing about the latest recovery. We are not going in the past that how many thousands of weapons have been recovered after elimination of hundreds of terrorists who came from the Pakistani soil. This is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The clear proof which the Indian agencies have in their hand. So that is the main point which is making very clear that the Pakistanis lies is certainly not going to be tolerated enough.
Yes,
the Raksha Mantri has made it a very clear point that the perpetrators will
at
also
the Pakistanis. But I want you once again, Priyank, to show our viewers all the details and all the proof of the latest recovery there in Baramulla. What more do we know about this operation? When was this recovery made? Have sources in the establishment, in the defense establishment, told you that does this have any link to what happened in Pahalgam? Take us through all the updates once again.
Certainly, Sagrika, what we got to know that over the period of last few days, there was clear-cut input that there will be infiltration from both the sides, one from the Uri side and one from the other side where this incident has happened. After following a clear input, the forces were keeping a close tab on the movement of the suspected terrorists who were supposed to come up inside this area. At this location in Hajipur at 3 a.m., the movement was monitored, and after a fierce gunfight in between both the security forces, you can see Yogesh once again will show you these are the two AK-47 rifles, assault rifles, which has been recovered from the position. This is a Chinese-made pistol. This pistol is of make in China, which can also be seen. There have been series of ammunition and all these cartridges which has also been found from the position of these individuals. And this is what we were talking about, Sagrika. This cartridge does not have mention of, can you see this?
Yes.
It's taking a bit long. Okay, forget it. And you can see in the visuals, Sagrika, these currencies are clear-cut establishing that it came either from China or it came from Pakistani side. So this is what we have been talking. That's what agencies have been time and again talking about, that the Pakistanis' indulgence and them training these terrorists and sending to India is a very clear-cut phenomenon. We are not talking about something which has happened in the past few days. We are talking about something, the encounter which happened today itself. At 3 o'clock in the morning, the firing started, and after 45 minutes of firing, the terrorists have been eliminated. So the Pakistani government need to be taught a lesson. This is what the Raksha Mantri has also stated. Raksha Mantri has also stated that the main perpetrators will be booked to the task, and at CEC we are awaiting that something concrete will come out so that this kind of behavior of
and
Pakistan
Bharat will not bend. That is a message that the government is sending out. Pradeep is also with us. Pradeep, Priyank has shown us the proof and the imprint of Pakistan terror. The denial must stop. The demand is for action, and we know because this government has shown intent. We know that this government, when it vows that action will be taken, that the perpetrators of terror will be punished, it means it. but also tell us about the data that you have with regards to the kind of launch pads that are, that Pakistan once again uses to push terror into Kashmir. Tell us about the number of infiltration attempts, the kind of weapons that have been found, the way drones were recovered. What does this go on to indicate?
Yes, Sagrika, you're absolutely right, because the way the zebra can't change its stripe, the same way the Pakistan is not going to change its strategy vis-a-vis India, because they will continue to create India 1,000 cuts. They have been doing it for the last several decades, and there seems to be no change in their strategy. Rightly said by Priyank that these weapons were either made in Pakistan ordnance factory or they are made in China. And see, just a day, hours after carrying out the brutal attack in Pahalgam area, they were pushing in more terrorists. I think this visual should be seen by both Robert Vadra as well as Mehbooba Mufti, because both of them had been in a denial mode. Robert Vadra was in fact trying to give clean chit to Pakistan.
And a message should also be sent to that ecosystem that goes on to give cover fire to terrorists on a day like this. Pradeep, I'll have to interject there only for the want of time. I'll have to say thank you to my colleagues, because let's remember, this is not just an attack. This is a strategic, state-sponsored, systematic cut in Pakistan's war of 1,000 cuts. And it is time for the world to understand that the chain of command starts with the Pakistani army. They speak about bleeding India with 1,000 cuts. It's time for India to send that message that now terror will have 1,000 consequences. Taking a short break, we'll be back with more news and updates.
Okay, don't worry. You okay? You need a water, sir?